from Channels TV Sports Center in Lagos, Nigeria. A lot is going down in our world of sports, and what we'll do on this show is just try to catch up with all of the updates, give you information that you can use, and it's a racy-pacey action-packed world of sports. So we'll try to help you keep up with the pace. That's what we do. And just gone by, updates from athletics. Blessing Akagbari is still making us proud. She's going to be inducted into the Sports Hall of Fame of the University of Texas. Karate, 21st to the 25th of November in Abuja. There's going to be a national open. You can use it. The governor of Akwa Ibom State, Emmanuel Odom, is not happy tonight. He says, look, NFF, you still need to do so much more for the development of the ITO Cup and also for what Akwa Ibom State did for the Super League. He says, you guys need to come around and say, well done, say thank you and all of that. So that's his point. Let's get on with the show now. We've been talking about grassroots sports development. And when we talk about this, is how can we get it better? How can we get it right? For sports to shine again in this country, we need to go back to the schools. Henry Nwosu was discovered from the schools. Stephen, the late big boss, Stephen Keshi, was discovered from the schools. These days, we hardly even have schools that have sporting facilities. The talents are there, but we don't have what to use to put them together to make them champions. And beyond going to the schools, another venue, it's the local government. Have you thought about it? We could go to the local government right there and see talents and discover them, because right there is a closed community. So as this child gets better, it can rub off on this child, rub off on the other one, and that's why we keep saying grassroots sports development is the way to go. On the show tonight, we'll continue that discussion. There's this thing they call Amuwo Games. What is it all about? It says like the mini Olympics. Joining us live on the show, Kunle Keshinro is the organizer of that one, and of course, Sheon Ayeni. Sheon Ayeni is also with us on the show. Sheon, Kunle, good to have you guys on the program.
Thank you.
Yeah, this is like grassroots ambassadors, like the ready, the soldiers. We want to go out there and look for all of the talent. Sharon, you're close by. So let me begin with you.
Okay.
The Amuwo Games, what's the concept?
Well, Amuwo Games, just as naming first, it's a sports festival. We're going to be having 16 games and sports, which will include football, volleyball, basketball, the indoor games, which will include chess, Scrabble, video games, yeah.
Wow.
Video games. Maybe that's not the conventional game you should have.
But it's getting big. There's international competitions of video gaming.
Definitely. And also we're having 8 teams competing.
8 teams?
Yeah, 8 teams from different areas of Festac and Mautu. We've been able to group them into 8 teams, and they'll be competing in these 16 sports to win the grand prize, the trophy.
That's a grand prize.
Bragging right.
We'll come to that. Oh, bragging right there. Okay, let me go to Kunle. Amuwo Dolphin, Festac, Mautu, Satellite Town, Navy Town. I think it's even stretches down to Abulado,
yes,
down to, is it close to Trade Fair?
Yes.
So that means it's
yes,
big. How do you guys intend to cover these regions?
All right. Basically, what we thought of when we started was, let's do Amuwo Games, but we felt, being the maiden edition, perhaps let's start small.
Okay.
There's always this thing about starting something very small, and you continually grow it. So we said let's look for the 2 biggest communities in this Amuwo Dolphin local government. So we said let's do Mautu and Festac. From there we're still going to go much bigger than this. Okay. So let's start with Mautu and Festac.
Mautu and Festac.
Yes.
How do you pick the teams?
Okay, basically, like Sean said earlier, we have 8 teams altogether. So we have 4 teams from Mautu, 4 teams from Festac. So we've been able to more or less zone these areas in Mautu and Festac, so that, because the idea also is to bring everybody together. So like for Festac, for example, like 1st Avenue and 7th Avenue, they're more or less together. Same thing with Mautu. Zone A, B, C are actually one team, so everybody can participate.
Sean, what championed this initiative?
Well, you see, there was this short break after the local government election period, The youth were already, the energy was everywhere. Local government election. And immediately after the local government elections, there was a vacuum. Nothing to talk about. The EPL was still maybe the next month. And so this energy was just everywhere, floating around. We just thought of it. Let's come up with something to make sure this energy is channeled positively into something. These guys, if you don't make them put their energy into something, they'll start using it the wrong way. Wow. So we came up with this concept that sports is always a wonderful tool. You can always use it to get people's energy together in a positive way. Yes. And we just came up with this Amuwo games.
You know, when people come here and remind me of the power of sports, I just get into that business. That's what she was just done. You know, channeling your energy into positive use, and that sports can do it. You know, 16 events, that's quite a lot. Is boxing among?
Okay, for now, no. You know, the thing is, there's a lot of sports that we will have included, but you know, what we're able to do was, you know what, let's just pick those sports that a lot of people will be able to do, something that the female too will also want to do. So we had to just, you know, take some out, and like we said, gradually we're still going to do a very bigger one that will contain as many sports as possible. So for now, to answer your question, boxing is not there for now. Okay. Yes. Okay. I know why I asked, because that region used to produce some good boxers and all of that. True. What are some other things you need to tell us, Cheryl?
Well, for us, we think it's a good one so far. We've been to different places, and the reception has been good for us, which means we're doing something good. I mean, for you not to have anybody saying something negative about what you're doing, it's laudable for us. In fact, the last time we went to Lagos State Sports Commission, we were applauded. And they gave us the maximum support that, okay, guys, go for this. We are behind you. You know, for us, we think that's a thumbs up, and
sounds good.
It's good for us.
Kule, do you guys have the support of the local government?
Yes, definitely. Yes, we have the support of the local government. Like I said, also we have the support of the Lagos State Sports Commission. Oh, wow. So those two powerful bodies being right behind us, it means that, you know, we're unstoppable. So they've been actually of great support.
So when is this coming up?
November 4 to 26. It's a full month.
Yes. Wow.
But what we did was this. We want to cater for those that go to work, the 9 to 5 guys. So we're not going to put any of these games during the weekdays. We used Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays. Okay. So all the games are scheduled on Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays.
But what guys will be able to train now? They just jump into action right away.
They started training already.
That's serious business. Okay. I want Kule to answer, because you mentioned trophy and bragging rights. Some of those participants will not want to say, what are you doing? You heard the governor of Accra was saying 25 million is even small money. Any form of monetary reward.
Okay. I'll come back to the monetary reward. Another thing that we are also trying to do is that it's more or less like a talent hunt festival. So the Lagos State Sports Commission has supported us, and what they've also mentioned is that it's going to be an avenue to discover new talent. I know what it means to discover new talent. It means that from there, you know, they're going to go to big places. They're going to become, probably join the national team or whatever games they win it. So that is actually a major, there's not much money they'll give to you that'll be much better than, you know, that kind of, you know, gift at the end of the day.
And particularly at that level, it's all about development.
Exactly,
you know, so to discover talent.
Yes, definitely.
Do you guys have any scouting system in place? Have some coaches come watch some of these talents?
Yeah, of course. You see, when we discussed with the Lagos State Sports Commission, they were already saying, guys, you know what, we're coming here to get something. In fact, when we presented to them the first time, we presented purely a festival.
Yes. Okay.
And then they told us, guys, we know you want to enjoy yourselves, you want to do a festival and all that, but let's get something from this. Can you guys chip in this? Let's have something to harvest from.
Yes.
So they told us, add some age-graded competitions.
Okay.
So we had to add the under-13s and under-17 competitions.
Right.
And so from there, they are hoping to harvest some new guys, some newbies, and make stars out of them.
Sounds good. Before we wrap up this conversation, and of course take your comments on social media, I think we should just do that. No, let me just get Kule talking once again. Kule, so after this, because people do, you know, one-off competitions, then you discover talents and nobody gets to hear about them anymore. After this, what's next?
In terms of
continuity or the talent you discover?
Yeah, so like I said, this is not going to be the end. This is the maiden edition. So by the time the talents are discovered, like you said also, Lagos State Sports Commission is really, really interested in this. In fact, they were the ones that even advised us of the age-graded game. So definitely there are things in stock for those people that win. There's going to be a lot of continuity.
So you follow-up programs to go.
Definitely.
We should talk about this. Very important. Infrastructure is a major problem of sports. facilities. Where would this be? I'm already breaking you down.
Okay,
I want to know where all of these events will go down.
Fortunately for us,
yes.
Amuwo local government is doing well.
Yes.
So for us, we have some facilities. Maybe not state of the art, but they are in good shape.
Yes.
We have the big fields, we have the indoor facilities, and we have the support of some businesses around.
Okay.
Hotels that have let us use their indoor sports facilities and so on and so forth. So you see, we have everything we want.
Yes.
In Festac and Mautu.
Because you mentioned hotels, as well as there was swimming.
They're swimming.
As well. So you go to the hotel.
Yes. So we have virtually everything we need for those events. Yes.
And for your age grade, Kunle, how would you fight age cheats?
Age cheat. Okay, so what we've also been able to do, because the registration was done online to start with, so we were able to gather all those statistics. So in terms of cheat, we know people that live in this neighborhood.
You do?
Yes, and again, in fact, another
time out to
yes, and the good thing is because there's a lot of people that want to participate, but very few games. So even the people that were not able to get it, they will ensure that no outsider is going to come, no person that is not meant to be in the game is going to be there. So there shouldn't be anything to worry about in terms of the age cheat. We will know. At the end of the day, it's a community. Everybody knows everybody. So if somebody comes and is not of that age group or not of that neighborhood, everybody
What
will
if
know.
the gang of this community just don't say so?
No, there's something we did already now. We created WhatsApp groups.
Yeah.
You know, technology. Okay. So we're managing all the teams from WhatsApp groups.
Yes.
They have team managers.
Yes.
So right now as we speak, screenings are going on, technical screenings per team. So each team has a place where they meet. What we are just requesting from those guys is that, hey guys, we're coming this weekend to take your team list from you. So make sure you have done your screening properly. We're coming for the team list. So these managers are managing their teams and they know our terms and conditions because we've spelled it out. They know the rules. So, and they don't want to mess up their teams.
That's right.
So it's kind of easy for us to manage, yeah.
I must say well done to you guys, and then all the best with this. We'll monitor it November 4th to
26th.
Wow, that's a lot of games going down. Thank you so much, Ashon, for your time. Thank you so much,
Thank you,
and all the best. And what of it, get ready. They're coming for you guys. Talk about grassroots sports development.